Hey folks, new knife came in the mail today. Just make a real short vid here and let you see what I got. As you can see from the title, this is the Spyderco Dodo. I ordered this from a fellow knife enthusiast online, and this actually came in the mail yesterday, but I was not home to receive it, so I got that dreaded note that we all hate to receive, which tells us that we have to go to the post office to pick it up the next day. So today after work I raced over to my nearest post office and picked up this package, and just shortly here we should be able to get right into it. Now, Spyderco Dodo is a knife that I've wanted for a very long time, all the way since it was originally released. I think it was in black and blue several years ago, and it just never lined up. When it first came out, I didn't have the money to get it, and then I did, and I bought some other knives instead, and then the orange Sprint Run came out, and I found out about it late, and that's what this is. This is the orange Sprint Run. Kind of get a little focus on the label there, Dodo orange, and there she is. Yeah, so I found out about this too late, and I went and ran and put in a pre-order on one of those popular knife websites, and it was too late. It just wasn't meant to be. My order sat in limbo for forever, and I just never got it. So they eventually canceled my pre-order, and some time went by. Then I didn't have the money again to get it. It just wasn't a good time financially to be buying this knife. I had a couple offers from some folks on some online forums and also here on YouTube, which I really appreciated. But again, I just didn't have the money at the time. The gentleman that I purchased this from gave me a really, what I thought was an excellent price on it, and I just had to jump on it. And so I'm not even sure if I actually paid, I don't think I'm even paying more than the original price was when they first released this to retailers. Anyway, so here I am holding it. As you can see, this is the orange Sprint Run Dodo from Spyderco. Let's go ahead and open the blade. Very unique handle shape right away. And I know anyone who's interested in this knife, you've probably seen other videos of unboxings of this knife, and so I won't waste too much of your time here, but I did want to just share my excitement and enthusiasm for this knife. As you can see there, CPM S30V, and made in Golden, Colorado. Right there we see Eric Glesser's little trademark. There's a little insignia on the blade. And I wasn't really sure about exactly how I was going to carry this knife or why. And in fact, see this, I think this is the ball bearing lock. This is all new to me. The ball bearing lock, I've never had one of these knives before, so it's a pretty interesting design. I know it acts somewhat, at least how it looks, it acts somewhat like a Axis lock from Benchmade, but the actual function of it, the inner workings are a bit different. But it is pretty cool. It's pretty deeply recessed in there. The opening is very smooth. The pivot is just impossibly smooth. Just really great positive click, both in the closed position and when open. This particular model, I was told it had really solid lockup and a well-centered blade, and that couldn't be any more true. That looks really good. Really well centered, as you can see there, and it just locks into place perfectly. So I wasn't really sure what I was going to carry this knife for. I don't have a lot of recurve blades, and I'm not the biggest fan, but I did kind of like that this had sort of like a grandiose box cutter sort of design to it. It's got that really aggressive looking tip, and I love that little swedge. It's got this real short blunt blade. I think this is 2 1/8 inches. It's like 2.125 inches length on the blade. Beautiful recurve. The grinds are really good, fairly even from side to side. I know that this blade shape can be tough to grind at the factory, as it's often done by hand, someone just kind of eyeballing it, but that looks pretty good to my eyes. Very comfortable. Your fingers just kind of all fall right into place. You can kind of see the butt of the handle sticking out the back there, and my thumb does kind of, naturally, as is my usual complaint, my thumb does want to come up a little bit farther on the blade, but the hump at the back of the Spyder opening hole there, the Spyderco opening hole, isn't so pronounced that it's hard to let my thumb ride up a little bit higher. I suppose this is how you're supposed to actually hold your hand, but my thumb wants to creep forward, and that still seems comfortable. Of course, you can always move up even farther into that little kind of cutout at the tip. Beautiful grinding on the spine of the blade, really smooth. It doesn't feel rough or gritty or scratchy at all. It feels really well refined, really well polished. You can see it's a kind of a half open back design, and incredibly light. I don't have the weight right in front of me, but that is just phenomenally light. And I actually plan to carry this. I know that a lot of these Spyderco sprint runs, people tend to collect them. They tend to, you know, put them away in a whatever, in a safe or something. But as you can see here, and I love that these two match. This is my orange paramilitary 2. I like to carry them. I don't have a lot of knives that just sit in a box. If I see a knife and I like the way it looks and I like the way that it feels, you know, life's too short to just put it away in a box or hide it away. Just carry it. If it gets dirty, if it gets scratched, oh well, that's what knives are for. Just use them and don't be afraid. So I don't know how I'll get used to closing that one-handed, or if I even can. That's kind of tough to reach that little ball bearing. Maybe I can kind of shake the blade down. Yeah, I'll get the method dialed in. What a beautiful knife, though. This is also my first Spyderco that's got the little, I forget what folks call this type of clip, but it's just or wire clip, I guess that's it. And that is left or right hand positionable. And you folks let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a review. You know, I'll carry it for a little while and come back with a review. I don't know how practical this blade is going to be for me personally, because a lot of times I'm doing a lot of slicing, and this is more, I mean, obviously you can slice with this, but the shape of the blade is a little bit different. I mean, if you were using this for like packing tape all day long, this knife would be an absolute dream. You can tell that that little tip, that little bird beak tip there, is just going to tear right through anything, whether the blade's, you know, been sharpened recently or not. And this isn't my common, this blade style isn't very common for me to carry every day. So I'm going to carry it around and give it a shot. Again, if you folks want to see a review, let me know. I know there's a lot out there already, but if some of you are interested in hearing my take on it, I'd be glad to offer it up for you. An absolutely beautiful design. I think this is another winner from Spyderco, at least from my initial early impressions. Super comfortable, really unique. I'm really excited to have this. I don't think I'll ever let this go. I was wondering if I'd get it and decide I hated it in 5 minutes and get rid of it, but I'm really enamored with it. I just think it's really beautiful and really unique, and this is why I like to support Spyderco. This is why I keep after their designs, because these guys are always thinking out of the box. They're always thinking a little bit different from the status quo, and they're not always, you know, going after that tactical all black. You know, it's just getting a little rote. It's getting a little tired, and I like to see Spyderco coming out with some fresh stuff. Now, this design's been out for a while, but I'm excited to see them revive it, at least for the sprint run. So that's about it. That's my initial impressions and my latest purchase there, the Spyderco Dodo with the orange G10 handles and S30V blade. And again, you want to see a review, just let me know and I'll be happy to offer one up. Thanks very much for coming along for the ride. Hopefully the next video that you see after this one should be a Leatherman review, because I've actually recorded it. I just need to edit it and upload it. So stay tuned for that, and thanks very much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.